Today, Princess Cruises has made a really big announcement about their pricing strategy rolling forward, and it's going to be interesting to see if it holds true this time. There's a lot to think about, so I'm going to tell you all about it. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Thursday. It is June 27th of 2024. And first of all, the title of the announcement by Princess Cruises is Princess Cruises launches cruise industry's best price guarantee on 2025 and 2026 cruises. As they make this announcement, they talk about how pleased they are that they are already 30% above where they have historically been with bookings for cruises rolling forward. So they feel like they are sitting in a really good situation with this. So they have made the announcement that if you book a cruise between July 1st of 2024 and September 2nd of 2024, if you find an active publicly available lower price on an identical booking, like the same booking, the same cabin category, everything the same on princesscruises.com prior to final payment, then you can submit what they are calling a guarantee claim form, and you will receive an onboard credit of 120% of the price difference. So for example, if the price goes down $100, you get an onboard credit for 120%. Or they are going to give you, or other mutually agreed make good, is what it says. Now, what does that guarantee claim form look like? Well, let me tell you that, and then we're going to talk about all of this. So on that best price guarantee claim form, pretty much they are asking you for like, how did you book your cruise? Are you a travel agent? You need to fill out like your information and then the names of the guests on the booking, when you booked it, the day, month of year and year of when you booked it. They're also asking, of course, the ship and the sail date and everything for your cruise. They are going to also ask you how much the cruise fare is that you paid and what you are seeing it for. And they actually are requiring you to upload a screenshot. It says, please attach a screenshot below of the advertised lower rate. They said, if applicable, please enter the completeprincess.com address where you found that advertised rate. So a couple of things about that. If that were me filling out that form, I would do both. I would copy the link and the date that was accessed, and then also I would take a screenshot. So when you are looking at a cruise fare and you notice a lower price, it is really important to take that screenshot, because you could come back a little bit later and it's gone, and then you don't have proof of it anymore. So if you're looking at it on your laptop, your phone, whatever it is, your iPad, take a screenshot so that you've got proof of that price that you see. Now, here are some things that strike me about this announcement. There's actually a lot. I am wondering if moving forward, this is how we're going to have to get a lower price on a cruise. Right now, it's really simple. If you book a cruise and you notice that the cruise has gone down, you can either call Princess, or if you have the luxury of having a travel agent, you let your travel agent know, and he or she will take care of that for you, which is really slick. This whole thing of submitting a form, part of it makes me wonder if they're just trying to make it hard enough some people won't bother with it, or if they don't know how to do it, they won't do it. But at the same time, it'll be interesting to see how long this lasts. It'll be interesting to see if they continue this after that September 2nd deadline to book a cruise and have this. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens with pricing going ahead, with recognizing that they are 30% above where they usually are as far as how many, the capacity that's already booked on their sailings. You wonder what pricing is going to look like as we roll forward. So I have had some cruises. I always look at cruise fare before people's final payment, and some have dropped substantially, and some of them dropped just a little bit, but there have been some that are a really big difference. And the way it works now is you just have to pay less, and so that's pretty slick. But then moving forward with this situation, at least on cruises that you book in this window, you're going to have to submit this and get it back as onboard credit. a couple of things strike me as maybe why they're going to do this. So first of all, I was just telling you the other day about where Carnival Corporation stands. They just reported their second quarter 2024 earnings, and they feel like they have a really strong position. Thanks to our Let's Go family member, Hetty, who sent me an article in the Wall Street Journal this morning. And they were talking about how Carnival Corp's debt, when you have debt bonds, they want investors to buy them, and they were actually upgraded 2 levels. So now they're BB, which is still 2 levels below investment grade, but things are getting better. So they, I am sure, are wanting to take as much cash as they can and apply it to their debt, because as soon as they can get that debt taken care of and work their debt down, it's only going to get better for them financially and with their stock situation. So I am wondering if they're doing this so that people will end up having, they'll have even stronger bookings. They'll make it harder to get any money back, to pay less. I've long thought that when they sell a cruise, onto their accounts receivable statement goes X number of dollars, because you're going to pay X number of dollars for that cruise. They've got X number of dollars they know they're going to get. But then when they lower the price and you refare, then suddenly it's not X anymore, it's X minus Y. So to me, that's got to be harder to navigate. So I am wondering if this situation, they'll still be able to get the money in, but it's easier for them to navigate prices on board and everything else to deal with onboard credit situations. That's what I think about that. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. So the bottom line, I really think that we all need to think about moving forward is when you want to book a cruise, pay attention to what the price is. Be happy to pay that price. If you look at a cruise and you're not going to be happy booking it at the price that it currently is, then wait a minute and see if the price goes down. I don't think it's prudent to book something that you can't afford or that you don't want to afford and having it sitting there and you're planning a vacation that you're not going to take if the price doesn't go down. So I think it's really important to be wise. I do think it's very important that if there is a trip you want to take, I think it's important that you book the cruise and go. And if the price goes down and you get that extra onboard credit, that's great. And if it doesn't, it still needs to be okay. So think about that moving forward. Now, as I have mentioned, and we have all talked about some, Princess made the announcement before that when you book in advance for their cruises the next year and the following year, you're going to get the best price. It'll be really interesting to see if that holds this time. I know that they would like to get that many, and so it's just going to be interesting to see if we still see cruise fares fluctuating a lot or if they are much more steady with what they are when they're announced. One other thing that I want to point out for us to all keep in mind, in my opinion, we have basically two, and that's kind of a generous lumping, 2 different kinds of cruises that Princess offers. I feel like they offer the ones that go repetitively, like look at your Caribbean cruises, look at your Alaska cruises, look at some of the ones with more set sailings, even in the Mediterranean. But then we have some that are more your outliers, like the ones that just go once a year, maybe twice a year if you're lucky, as well as the ones that some of them only go like every other year, I've noticed. And so when you're looking at cruises, to me, you really need to consider what kind of cruise it is that you're looking at, because I think a lot of the time that is going to dictate what happens with some of the pricing. On the cruises that just go once a year, every other year, maybe twice a year, I think it's harder to get a lower price on those. I think a lot of times when they're announced, especially if it's a very popular itinerary, it's going to sell out faster and they're not going to have to lower the prices to fill the ship. So when you're looking at your different kinds of vacations, your different kind of cruises that you want to take, you might want to keep that strategy in mind as a way to look at it. Whereas if you want to go to the Western Caribbean, you're going to have lots of options for the Western Caribbean. If one costs more than you want, pick another one. And so just putting that out there is something else to think about when you are navigating, choosing your cruise. So let me know what you think in the comments. We've got a lot to keep up on, so stick with me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. If you appreciate my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? It actually really helps us out. So I'm happy you were here today. I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. And I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.